There's a ton of advice out there, a lot of it conflicting on what makes a good sales page and how to make your sales page convert. But ultimately, it just needs 7 things. It's not that complicated, but you do need to have a specific set of elements on every page in order for it to land with your reader, in order to resonate, and in order to inspire them to take the next step. In this video, we're going to walk through what those 7 elements are so that you can go back and look at your sales pages and see what's missing and improve them and tighten them up and get them converting. Okay. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Lisa. I'm the host of Funnel Forensics over on School, and I help entrepreneurs find and fix the leaks in their funnels so that they can flow smoothly, they don't lose people in the way, and they can make more sales. So, what is a sales page? First of all, even if you're selling something for no money, you're selling an idea, you're selling a concept, you're offering a freebie to somebody, you're asking them to sign up for a free webinar, any of those things is essentially a sales page. And they also need all these elements on them. And the very first thing that these things need, that these pages need, is a jaw-dropping, scroll-stopping, juicy headline. And it has to be outcome driven. So, hey, I'm Lisa isn't going to work, right? But yet a lot of coaches, especially in the health and wellness space, they start their pages out like this. Hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm a yoga teacher. Nobody cares. So what's the bold promise that you are making? What problem are you actually solving? See if you can put that into the headline. What is the desire? What is the thing that your people really want that your program, your concept, your freebie, your community is solving? Lead with that, not with the slippery banana community or a, hey, I'm Janet, or live your best life, 3 tips to financial freedom. Like, no, that could mean anything to anybody. That could mean anything to different people. So make sure that your headline is focused, and bonus if it's keyword optimized so that Google and the LLMs can also pick it up. That's even better. Okay, so that's number 1, a headline. Number 2 is a contextual subheadline. So if you insist on going with a clever headline, and that's okay, it's not ideal because clear always wins over clever. You don't want to make your people think ever. But if you're really adamant about using a alliterative headline or a clever headline or a humorous headline, then definitely have a subhead to add some context. So, for example, if you decide you want to go with the Slippery Banana Club, then contextualize it. Add at the bottom, this is a space for clowns to test their routines before they go live under the big top. Something like that. I mean, that's a stupid example, but it makes the point, right? So if you want to lead with something funny and clever and alliterative or metaphorical, add a subhead. And a subhead is always a good idea anyway, because it gives you another opportunity to get some keywords in and therefore rank a little higher at the very least so that you get more eyeballs looking at your sales page. And then when there's more eyeballs looking at it, there's more people that actually can decide, yes, I want in. No, I don't. So those are the first 2 things that you need. A juicy, jaw-dropping, scroll-stopping headline that is outcome-focused. Then you need a subhead that adds a little context, takes the concept a little bit further, drives it home a little bit more. The next thing you need is some benefits, not features, outcomes. So these are smaller outcomes that lead to the overall transformation that is mentioned or referenced or alluded to in your headline. And if you don't know what these benefits are, start with the features and then add so that what at the end of it. What will they walk away with? What shortcut are you offering? What fear or frustration are you eliminating? Or perhaps that's a fast track to more sales, more romance in their life, or kick-ass speaking skills or something like that, right? So those are the outcomes. For this particular video, I could say that I'm offering you a sales page structure so that people read, nod, and click the buy button, right? That is the outcome. That is a benefit. The feature is a sales page structure. Nobody wants to buy a sales page structure. They want to buy the thing that comes on the other side of it, which is more sales, right? So that's how you approach a benefit and outcome that you're listing, a mini transformation that leads to the bigger transformation that your title promises. The fourth thing that your sales page needs is testimonials, social proof, case studies, stories, things like that. Anything that you can show that solidifies for people that you know what you're talking about and that you can actually deliver the result that you're promising. And sometimes you're constrained by character count, right? So if you're, for example, if you're doing a school community about page, you have a limit of 1,000 characters and you can't really put in a big long story or testimonial. Well, be creative, think out of the box. You could add a graphic. You could make a visual of a testimonial. You could showcase somebody getting from A to B with your thing. So think in those terms as well. You're not limited to just words. You can get creative and get visual with it. And then the fifth thing that you need is a really brief bio, right? 1 to 3 lines max. This is not about your entire life's journey. This is not about what you're passionate about. This is not your why. This is not how you started, but it's really your introduction to a cold audience that lets them know you're human, you're legit, you're not a spammer, you're not a bot, you're not a scammer, and you can actually help them. You know what you're talking about. So you're showing them that you understand them. So you could reference a pain point that they're experiencing now that you had in the past and that you dealt with it or how you dealt with it, but it has to be in 1 to 3 lines, right? Keep it brief, keep it on point, and make it relevant to what they're feeling and what you're selling. Okay. That is your bio. Super, super brief. Then you want some objection call outs. And this is a tricky area. And a lot of people have really strong feelings about objection handling. This isn't about pressurizing people into a sale. It's not about shaming them into a sale. If they say this is too expensive for me, it's not about saying, well, maybe you should give up your $7 a day latte at Starbucks, right? And then you could afford it. It's not about that. It's about addressing their questions, addressing their concerns, making them feel safe, recognizing that they may have tried a shit ton of stuff in the past. They may have spent an awful lot of money already. And they're just really hesitant to buy one additional thing that's going to, raise their hopes and then fucking dash them again, right? So you've got to recognize that. Those are where objections come from. Their concerns, their confidence issues, their safety issues, their security issues, their self-belief issues, and they're also belief in you. So if somebody says to you, I'm not really sure about that, well, then maybe you haven't done a good enough job of showcasing that you are actually competent and qualified to do the thing, right? So those are the objections that you have to anticipate and reference in your copy. Now, again, if you're just doing a freebie opt-in, it's going to be just a couple. It's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 at the most. If you're selling a $10,000, $20,000 program, then you're going to need to come up with more objections to counter. And that could be in the form of an FAQ, right? So that you can actually address these things for people. But we're getting sidetracked into how exactly or what formats objection callouts take. And we definitely cover that inside Funnel Forensics, which you can join. I'll put the link on here somewhere and below. But objection callouts is that thing that you need as well. And then the last thing that you need on your sales page is a call to action. And please understand, this needs to be action oriented. It is called a call to action for a reason. It can't be wishy-washy. It can't be meh. So, submit, subscribe. Those are just like shoulder shrugs. Those are not somebody making an active decision to make their life better, right? Learn more. Similarly, learn more kind of makes it feel like, oh, there's work on the other end. I'm going to have to do some thinking. I'm going to have to process. I'm going to have to read a whole bunch of shit that I don't want to read. But, download your freebie, get started, claim your seat, show me the plan, let me in. Those kinds of things are going to work better. So those are the 7 things that you're going to need to make sure are on your sales page. A jaw-dropping, scroll-stopping headline that addresses the desire your person wants or the problem that they want to solve. A subhead for some context. 3 to 5 punchy benefits. Social proof. A very, very brief bio. objection call outs, and a call to action. Go check out your sales page, your opt-in page, your freebie page, all the things, and run it through that list. And if you get stuck, come join us in Funnel Forensics, where we'll give you a little bit of a boost and some support and some help. There's lots of people in there that can look at your funnel as well, or your sales page, and give you some feedback. So come join us. The link is below. See you later. Bye.